guys. Add me on Snapchat. It is he, the main key, Jermaine with the E, bringing you positivity. I don't know, I said that in the last live and it sounded cool, so I just started saying it. What's going on, my people? Thank you for tuning in again to the main key. For all those tuning in on the replay, drop below replay. If you find value in this, great. I'm always here to connect with you guys every single day. We're going to go over still how to look forward in life with excitement. So actually I got 5 tips for you guys today and I'll blow by it real quick. I'm not going to sit on this live like I did on the last one for almost an hour. I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter for you guys. Keep everything a little bit tighter. So wherever you're tuning in from, please let me know where you're coming from, because I want to make this one very, very intriguing for you guys. Let's see here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Who we got on? What time is it? So we will start here in a few minutes. Just letting a few people hop on. I'm excited for you guys. If you guys didn't watch the last live, I told a lot of stories in there. Talked about Mr. Grant Cardone, that playbook right there. That's basically my curriculum on life. And 5 tips today. 5 simple tips for you to look forward in life with excitement. If you want to add me on Snapchat, here it is right here. Take a screenshot. Go ahead. Got it? Cool. My Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, and just started rolling out a YouTube. All 5 of those platforms all have different audiences. My Facebook audience is my favorite because you guys are the most intelligent. Most of the people on my Facebook are probably twice my age that I get to connect with every day. A lot of you guys are business owners, entrepreneurs, speakers, people who are changing the world. That's why I love Facebook, because Facebook changes the world. And there's people on there that I get to connect with that are changing the world every day. Let me know if the music is too loud. I'll turn it a little bit down for you guys. But I'm super excited to get started. All right. Hopefully it's all in the screen. If you all cannot see this, it says how to be energetic even when you don't feel like it. So my question is for you guys, when do you feel the most energetic? What time of the day do you feel most energetic? Some people find their most energy later at night. Some people in the morning because they're just waking up. They have tons of willpower. So whenever you look at times when you don't feel it, you must be energetic. And I can name some examples for you guys today that'll give you a little bit more clarity on why you should be excited even when you don't feel like it. So today, again, is my birthday. I'm super excited to look forward into the next year, going to be 22, or I am 22 today. And whenever I look at celebrations and things that, holidays, days off, people look forward to the holidays. Like, think about Christmas. Think about Labor Day. People don't have to work tomorrow. Think about, let's see, what other holidays are there? New Year's, Thanksgiving. As a little kid, when you were like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and it started to get around the holiday season, you were just super excited about what was to come, because you had no idea of what you were gonna get for Christmas. But you knew that everybody would be smiling, everybody would be happy, everybody would come together and be able to provide some value to you. As a kid, you just wanted some type of toys. I don't know what you wanted as a kid. For me as a kid, I wanted video games, I wanted new gear for football, and I mean, I didn't get to choose my clothes back then. My parents used to choose my clothes, and if you look at my old photos, you can tell the way I dress. I appreciate them. My mom's half Filipino, and my dad let us go around in Burlington and shop around and find some clothes from there. But we were always, at least I was, I don't know about you, some people have some bad raps about different holidays, they feel lonely or different things like that. I'm lucky enough to actually have a family, mom and dad, a big support family. I have over 100 cousins. I have tons of uncles and aunts on both sides of my family. I'm going to the Philippines in October. I've never met my family over there, but my mom's from a family of 9 and my dad's from a family of 13. So being able to have the family orientation and understand the value of what family is, it's phenomenal. So, number 1, be energetic even when you don't feel it. That's tip number 1 to live life with excitement. So let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one. We're going to roll through this real quick. I'm looking at my screen right now and it kind of looks like you guys can't see this. If that's true, let me know. Because I got to be able to have you guys be able to see what I'm writing on this whiteboard. This second tip right here is my favorite. It is something that's completely changed how I feel about the future, looking forward to. And that's why the topic today is how to look forward in life with excitement. This second tip, if you do this, just this one thing, forget the 5 tips that I'm going to give you today. If you follow this one tip right here, I guarantee you'll be excited about your future. It's about masterminding with winners. See, when I made the transition into business and made the decision to reach my potential, I started to seek out people who was just as driven, just as focused, just as curious as I was to help grow and expand their life. So what I started doing was doing a lot of networking, to meet people, to meet wealthy people, to meet multimillionaires, to figure out how I can actually hone in on this thing called life. And the way you can mastermind with winners, first of all winners that I've noticed are very curious people. So when I talked about this in my last live, being genuinely interested in people, winners always have some type of value that they want to apply to you. So if you're a person who can relate with them, and I'll give you a few examples of how I've been able to mastermind with winners. It's been pretty crazy. Actually, I'll talk about a recent experience. So, let's see. I'd say in July, I had a really good friend of mine from high school whose sister was into business. And when I started to post my videos, we started to connect again because she was actually on the same mindset as well. And she introduced me. If you're in San Antonio, this would be great for you guys. San Antonio or the surrounding areas. She introduced me to what's called BPSA. It's the Business Professionals of San Antonio. And when I went to the event, I walked into the room. This is how you mastermind with winners. I walked into the room not knowing anybody in the room. And I asked every single person in the room, hey, who here is a master at business? Who here is a master at sales? Because I want to become a master as well. Within, I'd say, 2 to 3 minutes of me just walking into this room, I was able to be in the circle of the most powerful people in the room. And powerful people will spend the time with you if they realize you have that desire, that hunger, that ambition to improve your life. And they don't want to waste their time. It's very hard for people to connect with new people every single day. And it's kind of scary because over the past 2 years, I've realized that I've probably networked, connected, shook hands, sat down, talked with more people than the average person would in their whole lifetime. I've created a valuable network of like-minded people who want to win every single day. When I went to Miami to Grant Cardone, this guy right here, his 10X conference back in July, I got to meet some of the wealthiest people ever, his whole sales team. I'm sorry, not the wealthiest people ever, but the most driven, the most forward-focused people ever. So for you to be able to mastermind with winners, if you do that, your life will be very exciting. Because what they do is figure out ways they can improve their life every single day. And if you're around winners who want to figure out how to move forward in life, if you're around winners who want to know how they can be most valuable in every single person's life, if you're around winners who see people as the gateway to their freedom, if you're around winners who expect not just being good for themselves, but expecting greatness for themselves, if you're around winners who's made the decision, who's made the commitment, who's had an obligation, the duty to become successful, I'm speaking out of this from experience, but I want to see you guys as well, and comment below if you're relating with me here about surrounding yourself with winners and masterminding yourself with winners. What can that do for you? Because for me, if anybody's known me for more than 2 years before I started my business venture, my journey, I was a completely different person. There was no way I would be able to sit on camera and be able to elaborate my thoughts to you guys effectively. But through masterminding myself with winners, it gave me that ability to communicate and connect with you guys. So that second tip right there is so powerful. So let's move on. Let's move on.
Right now at Sprint, get the super powerful new Samsung
Number 3.
Note 9 at 50% off with a Sprint Flex lease. Plus, get annual upgrades with Galaxy Forever. Visit a Sprint store at sprint.com/.
Let's change up the music here.
Sprint 1. Note 9 2083 per month.
8. So what we've gone over right now, number 1, be energetic when you don't feel like it. Number 2, mastermind with winners. So let's get on to the third tip. Man, I'm looking at it right now through my laptop. You guys can't see this. I sincerely apologize for that. But let's get into it. Number 1, we talked about. I'll go over the 5 tips actually with you guys right here, and then I've already elaborated on 2 of them. We'll blow by these other 3 real quick for you guys, and then I'll be out of here. So be energetic even when you don't feel like it. This is 5 tips for you to be able to look forward in life with excitement. Be energetic even when you don't feel like it. Mastermind yourself with winners. Be deaf when someone tells you that you can't. And really, this is the most powerful one right here. Shoot for phenomenal. And the last tip, be who you are. So let's talk about being deaf when someone says you can't. That's a very strong one right there. That's a very strong one right there. I've done many things in my life where people have told me I can't. I can recall to a recent time, actually. So 2018 has been a roller coaster for me. Ups and downs, failures, wins, losses, confidence building, deteriorating my confidence, winning, losing. It's been a phenomenal 2018. Actually, 2018 has been very interesting. So I want to take this time and talk about being deaf to those who say you can't. See, there's something about the mind where that when you put yourself in an environment around people who criticize, condemn, and complain about everything in life, you've met those people. If you're around people who only talk about people, if you're around people who only talk about events, those are going to be the people who are going to hold you back from saying you can't do something. And most of the time, when somebody tells you that you can't do something, it says more about them than it does yourself. Because you want to be around people who want to encourage you and push you to grow to new levels. When somebody tells you you can't do something, like if somebody says, hey, oh, you can't do that thing, you can't do that business, you're going to waste your time. Nobody makes money in it. Or, you can't go to that school. You weren't smart enough. Or you can't be on that team. You're not talented enough. The people who say things like that, or you can't get wealthy. Only the rich get richer. Just go get a job. Because people who bring that can't, it sounds nasty. Can't. That's a nasty word. Those people who tell you you can't, the meaning behind what they're saying isn't to protect you. It's actually a defense mechanism for themselves to justify the reasons why they couldn't do something. Now, it makes sense if they're trying to keep you safe. But if we're talking about growing here, growing involves risk. Now, it's okay if they want to keep you settled. Now, it's okay if you want to be content with what you're doing, or you are content with what you're doing. But if you aren't, then it is vital for you to be deaf to those who tell you you can't. All right, tip number 4. This is my favorite one. Shoot for phenomenal. Shoot for phenomenal. My favorite word, phenomenal. Since it's my favorite word, I want to read the exact definition of what phenomenal means to show you guys why I want to live a phenomenal life, why I want to be phenomenal for you, why I want to be phenomenal for my family, for my friends, why I want to have phenomenal energy, why I understand that phenomenal is the only way to live. You want to see?
You don't have to sacrifice style to have a floor that's 100% waterproof.
Phenomenal
Because the Home Depot has
defined.
Glass Plus limited starting at just $279 a square foot.
Phenomenal is when something is so great, you call it phenomenal. It's a solid choice when you want to describe your new favorite thing
Glass Plus starting at just $279
with syllables than just cool. You know how people say cool? Or alright. See, the Greek root meaning of phenomenal is appearance. Phenomenal describes something so awesome and borderline miraculous, it has to actually be seen to believe. To be believed. Worthy examples may be the aurora. I don't even know what this is. Here's some examples of phenomena, though. The man himself, Michael Jordan. Let's see here. Let's give some more examples. Exceedingly or unbelievably great. Of or relating to a phenom. Phenomenal used in a sentence. He is a phenomenal athlete. He runs better than his passer, but he is really good. A phenomenal team player. And the transition is going well. So looking at the example of phenomenal, let's see what else we got here. I love this word. Phenomenal. Hey Jen, thanks for the like. Phenomenal. Very remarkable. Extraordinary. Synonyms of phenomenal. Remarkable. Exceptional. Extraordinary. Amazing. Astonishing. Astounding. Sensational. Stunning. Incredible. Unbelievable. See, the thing about how we are going to be able to figure out how you can look forward in life with excitement is shooting for phenomenal. Any other levels that you're shooting for below phenomenal is not going to be enough for you to create the life that you want to live. Because say if you just shoot for average, say if you just shoot for your quota, say if you don't shoot for your potential. When you look at average in any type of graph, you realize that the difference between average and great or average and phenomenal is effort and time. And with effort and time, you'll need money. So to be phenomenal, I'm going to take this right out of Grant Cardone's playbook. You must set your expectations 10 times the level that you're currently thinking of right now. Just make it up. Just think of things 10 times as large and then start living your life like you are already there. Imagine your life 10 times greater than what it is right now. Imagine your relationships 10 times stronger than it is right now. What would that look like for you? Imagine if your business was producing 10 times as much as you're doing right now. How would you feel? What would that look like? Do you think you would be excited? If the income that you made right now, you added a zero behind it, do you think that would excite you a little bit? So we must 10x. We must think 10 times the level that we're thinking right now for us to get to phenomenal. Not 2 times, not 5 times, 10 times. So let's get into it. I told you I'm going to get through these tips very fast. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Who we got here? Hey, thank you, AJ, for tuning in. Thank you, William, for tuning in. Thank you, Vincent, Luna. It's been a while. Thank you for tuning in. Aldo Hernandez, thank you for tuning in. Miss Jen, thank you for tuning in. Who else we got here? I can't see the comments, but that's all right. Mr. Jesus, thank you for tuning in. Hey, you're a businessman. We need to connect. I want to talk some ideas with you, actually. I've been following you for a minute now. We're going over 5 tips. 5 tips to look forward in life with excitement. The last tip we're going to talk about today last and final tip for you guys. Work to get closer with your authentic self every day. So the question is, how do you do that? Well, the first question I got to ask you guys is, what does the truest, most authentic self of you look like? See, I realized I had greatness in me. I realized I had a desire to be an impact in somebody's life. My whole life, I was confined to show my talents and abilities to a rectangle, 120 by 53 yards. That's what my life was my whole life. And once I stopped playing football, I realized that I had to start moving forward and be able to look at the true possibilities of what the world can provide. And I think it's very important for you guys to work towards your authentic self every single day, because that is the difference between you connecting with somebody instead of you just communicating with them. See, when you build a deep connection with somebody, when you're able to connect with somebody on a level that you know is very true and authentic, there's a certain type of energy, a certain type of vibe that I really couldn't explain to you right now that really makes you feel whole with yourself. So the reason why you want to work to be your authentic self is because you want every single person in your life to be the same way. Because I truly believe you are who you attract. Your environment is the sum, and who you are is the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with most. So the question is, again, what does your authentic self look like? If you could close your eyes and just see life exactly the way you want it, if you see yourself fully, truly being yourself, what does that look like? Who in our life do we surround ourselves with every single day or at any time that make us feel like our true, authentic selves? Those people, you need to surround yourself with them every day. Those are the people who want to see you win. Those are the people who let you vent. Those are the people who are letting you be fully vulnerable and transparent with them. Because with this noise of social media, with this noise of what's going on TV, with the junk that's thrown on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, people find it difficult to find true and authentic people. At least in my experience for other people, it's been very easy for me because I've truly started to hone in and became self-aware that I had to figure out who I was and what my authentic self looked like. And I tell you, man, I love talking. That's why I'm getting... Hold on. All right, my people. So those are the 5 tips right there. If you missed out, if you're just tuning in, I see there's a few people tuned in right now. If you missed out on what I was talking about today the topic was how you can live life with excitement. And there was 5 tips that I gave today that were very powerful, very key for you guys to start moving forward to be excited about life. Number 1 was be energetic even when you don't feel like it. Number 2, mastermind with winners. Number 3, be deaf to those who say you can't. Number 4, shoot for phenomenal. And number 5, work to get closer with your true, authentic self every single day. So I'm going to go over it one more time. Number 1. Number 1. Be energetic. Even when you don't feel like it. There will never be a time when I'm meeting you guys or sitting down with you guys and connecting with you guys where I make sure that I'm bringing the best energy possible. Because I hate when I feel negative energy from people. Don't y'all hate that? Can't you feel when people are just draining your energy? So the question for you is, who in your life right now are draining your energy? For you to be excited about life, you cannot be around people who are draining your energy every single day. You got to be raw and cut them out. Or you must limit their time with them if they're very close to you. And if they're your loved ones, it's some of the hardest decisions that you got to make to cut them out. Because I made hard decisions with loved ones too that drained my energy. And I had to separate myself from it. not only for myself, but for them as well. To help them understand that I am not here just to be happy. I am here to become better. And if the people that you're close with are criticizing, condemning, complaining the way you are, who you are, what you're trying to do, those are the exact people that you got to say no more. And make a decision to say, listen, I'm being very selfish with who I am, and I want to become the best version of myself possible. And right now is the time for me to start honing in on myself and figuring out who I am. So let me spend this time, this space, to really truly figure out who I am.
Right now at Sprint, get the super powerful new Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
Shout out to Mr. Miles Stallard. He just sent me a happy birthday. This dude, 26, 27 years old, whipping a Lambo. One of the he's a phenomenal network marketer, just blowing up the business right now. This dude's some of the most hardworking and energetic people that I've ever been around. When you talk about masterminding with winners, Mr. Miles Stallard, who just sent me a birthday wish, thank you, Mr. Miles Stallard, that's the guy you need to be around. Those are the type of people that'll help you elevate to the next level. Now, I do want to add, if you're watching this and you're just a person who always spectating, never putting themselves out of their comfort zone, never trying to figure out whether they want to grow themselves or not, if you're not looking, if you're in a position where you are okay with where you are, if you're okay with the job you have, if you're okay with the current situation you are in life right now, then this isn't for you. These are for people who want to grow. These are for people who want to expand. These are for people who want to make a huge difference in life. These are people who want to truly add value to other people. If you're just on this just to watch this, I'm sorry, but what I provide for you guys today is for those who want more out of life. So the 5 tips, I'll go over them one more time. Number one. Be energetic even if you don't feel like it. Number 2. Mastermind with winners. Number 3. Be deaf to those who say you can't. Number 4. Shoot for phenomenal. You like that? Phenomenal. I love that word. Phenomenal. It just rolls off the tongue nice. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Say it with me. Phenomenal. Number 4. Shoot for phenomenal. And the last and final tip that I just went over for you guys. Work to get closer to your authentic self every single day. So those are the 5 tips for you guys to move forward, to live a phenomenal life, to be excited, to look forward in life, to know that there is more to come. That there is not stress, there is not worry, there is abundance, there is freedom in your future. And that's what I want to help you guys create in your life. More abundance, more freedom, to become the more authentic you, for you to become a winner, for you to become phenomenal, for you to be excited every single day about where your life is going and where you are right now and what you're doing. So my name is Jermaine Collins. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Main Key. You guys are so important. You guys are genuinely the greatest people out there, because within you There is greatness, as Les Brown says. You have greatness within you. So be around people who lets you show that greatness, even if it's just for a second. Let people see the authentic you. Let people see the phenomenal you, even if it's for a second. Give somebody the opportunity to show their authentic selves, to show their most vulnerable selves, to show who they truly are, even if it's just for a second. Because you got to create an environment around you that pushes and brings and pulls you up, not tries to hold you back, suppress you, and keep you safe. So be dangerous. Go out there. Make something happen. Tomorrow, everybody's on Labor Day. See, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would the first week of school, basically the first week of everything, already people trying to take an extra break? There's no need for that. It's time for us to go out there and make things happen. So, my name is Jermaine Collins. It is he, the main key. Thank you for tuning in, my lovely, lovely people on Facebook. Have a phenomenal, phenomenal evening. Thank you for the birthday wishes.